Racism and prejudice have been major issues in our community for over a century.
In the 1930s, prejudice and racism against African Americans was at an all-time high. African Americans, often led by civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., had come to the point where they recognized that the only way to achieve equality was to peacefully protest, otherwise known as civil disobedience.
Even though African Americans were being discriminated against and called names, most remained respectful towards whites. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Mayella Ewell accuses Tom Robinson of rape, which is a capital crime in the state of Alabama. Tom explains that he treats Mayella with respect whenever she asks him to help her.
But even then, some African Americans are equally as prejudiced against white people. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Calpurnia, the Finch's helper, takes Jem and Scout to her church. Lula, another member of the church, has a problem with this. She states that the white children have their own church and that if she isn't allowed at their church, they aren't allowed at hers. This shows how some colored people were so tired of being hated for their race that they started hating others.
This public servant announcement is to direct your attention towards the troubling and growing issue of racism and prejudice that occurs in society today.
Diversity is a key role in accepting individuals in society. To avoid racial tension today, we need to learn how to accept people for who they are regardless of race, gender, or sexuality.
Wow, Scout, you're just almighty dumb. Guess you don't know any better anyways.
What do you mean?
Well, Uncle Atticus is defending Negroes, and he just lets y'all run around like stray dogs. But as Grandma always said, he's just gonna ruin this town for the whole family.
Francis, what the hell are you going on about?
Atticus is a Negro lover.
He is not. Take it back.
What are you gonna do about it?
In this scene, Francis, Scout's cousin, is demonstrating how deeply parents' views can affect children.
If Francis would have grown up in Atticus Finch's household, he probably would have had a different view on black people. Atticus treats everyone with a certain level of respect, which obviously was not passed on to his sister. Atticus's perspective has had a huge impact on how Scout and Jem have grown up.
Even today, racism is still a very prominent issue. On April 4th of 2015, in North Charleston, South Carolina, Walter Scott was shot by a police officer after a traffic stop for a broken taillight. These slaughters of black men throughout the country by police officers started a series of riots and a movement titled Black Lives Matter.
The goal of this public service announcement is to not only make you aware of the past and present issues of prejudice and racism that occur in society, but to realize that acceptance and diversity are key roles in presenting a successful society. As Atticus Finch would say, you never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. Atticus is a Negro lover.
He is not. Take it back.
You can't see me! You're mighty dumb, Scout, but I guess you don't know any better anyways.
What do you mean?
Cut. You're mighty dumb, Scout, but I guess you don't know any better anyways.
What do you mean?
Well, Uncle Atticus is defending Negroes, and as Grandma always said, he's gonna ruin this town for everyone.
Francis, what the hell are you talking about?
Negro lover!